Hello, beautiful ones. I'm so excited to be here with you. Apologies for being a couple of minutes late. I decided that I wanted to come outside and sit in this glorious day as I speak to you about this really juicy conversation. So I'll just wait till a few more of you join. Hopefully I'll have good reception while I'm here. So put your name in the comments, let me know that you're here. I'm so excited to chat with you, and please join in this conversation with your comments, with your questions. Hopefully I will be able to see those. I'm not on my computer. So yes, very, very excited. Just gonna hang out for a little bit. Take my shoes off, get my feet into the earth. Low battery. All right, I will get this party started very shortly. All right, so hello, Katie. Yeah, so happy you're here. All right, so today's topic is, are you letting your wounds have you easily triggered when it comes to relationships? So first, let's just dive into this conversation about what these wounds look like, because the next question was, do you even know what your wounds are? Now, first of all, the thing I want to share with you is that you are whole and complete. You come into this world as a whole soul, but it's the events that happen to us along the way that can really chip away at our confidence, our self-worth, and it has us feel like we're simply damaged goods. I know a lot of women that come to me will literally say they feel like they are broken, that there is nothing that can actually help them be the woman they were born to be. And that is just a myth, right? I just want you to know right now that no matter what you've been through, you are able to transmute it. As long as you're going to commit to yourself, obviously it's going to take something for you to really shift your past. But it's also about using your past and transmuting any of those events. And I know many of you in here who I haven't even met yet have been through some serious shit, right? And I just want to send love from my heart straight to you. This isn't an easy conversation to bring up, but it's very, very needed. Some of you have been through terrible abuse, whether that's physical, whether that's mental, really hardcore rejection, abandonment. I think most of us, I can safely say, have experienced abandonment in our life. Even if you have two parents, even if you had a really good upbringing, you can still experience abandonment if you're not getting loved and emotionally supported in the way that you need to, right? If we don't get that, we don't feel seen, we don't feel held, we don't feel understood, then we start to really build up our love armor, right? And they're AKA your walls, your protection. And so many of you are trying to approach dating, but you're wearing so much love armor because you're trying to protect these wounds that you have because you've been triggered so deeply in the past, right? By being, as I said, you put yourself out there, and then in a relationship, just as it starts to go well, maybe he'll pull away, maybe he'll suddenly just ghost you or reject you. And so what happens is this wound gets bigger and deeper. And you are just adding more and more weight to this wound, which you then take into the next relationship and the next relationship and the next relationship. And you're actually living out of your lower self, out of your victim consciousness, instead of realizing that you're in the wrong story. You're in the story of, love doesn't work out for me. I'm not worthy. Men don't hang around for me. I'm not good enough. I'm too broken. And actually you're scared of love. You're scared to actually let love in because your experiences in the past have been too painful. Love has not felt safe for you. It hasn't felt healthy for you. It's actually the safety that you've been craving. And we can't want to be safe and enter into a soulmate relationship. What do I mean by that? It's like, what? No, love isn't safe. Love requires you to bring, proper love, heart-connected, soul-connected love requires you to bring all of yourself into the table. That means the part of you that you've been hiding, the parts that maybe you're carrying a lot of shame around. Shame is a useless emotion that you've been carrying and nurturing, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you say, fuck you, shame. Why would I have shame about something? If something has happened to you, it's happened to you, but it's how you respond to it. And if you allow yourself to go down with the sinking ship, very unlike Dido's like, I won't go down with the sinking ship. Oh no, maybe she says she will. Anyway, let's take out the Dido reference. I love me some Dido, but no matter what has happened to you, truly, 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 I want you to hear this. You are either going down the rabbit hole with that event, with that circumstance, whether you've been bullied, mistreated. I can guarantee you that you've jumped on that bandwagon and you are mistreating yourself. You are abandoning yourself, rejecting yourself, holding yourself back, holding back your self-expression. And you're dimming your own light because you're buying into that currency and that frequency by agreeing that you're not enough, you're not worthy, you're damaged goods. That is not going to get you your fucking soulmate. That is not going to get you the life of your dreams if you keep nurturing the wrong story. If you want to lead with your wounds, Divine One, you're going to keep attracting in wounded men. You're going to keep attracting in shitty bosses. You're going to keep a very empty bank account because it is our job to actually take care of ourselves and go, well, hang on a minute, I'm not afraid of my wounds. I'm not afraid of these not enough pockets within myself. I'm the one that needs to water my own garden. I'm the one that needs to pour love into these holes, into these cracks of darkness. That is your responsibility if you want to change your life. So Jojo said, I finally started dating a guy for a month and he pulled away by not texting for almost a week. Yesterday I got a text saying, I'm sorry, so I haven't replied back yet. Not sure how I feel. Well, that's just very top line, darling. You know, it goes a lot deeper than that. It's a lot more than just a text of a guy pulling away. I bet that's been a pattern for you. And I want you girls to take this to heart. What are the patterns in your relationships right now? Because it's not a coincidence that this keeps happening for you. I've got women that come and work with me that have been on every dating app under the sun. They have no trouble attracting in the guys, but they're like, for the love of God, they don't show up for me. They don't stick around. I'm not the one that they choose. This is not a coincidence. This is the universe trying to slap you in the face with a wet fish saying, sister, are you going to keep settling for this because it's your vibration that's attracting this in? You're the one that keeps confirming that there's something wrong with you. Or you'll keep looking around and going, oh, I'm just not good at love. Meanwhile, every day, you're spending your time and your energy focusing on what's missing in your life, focusing on what's not good about you, focusing on all of the times that love hasn't worked out for you. So you've got this really good story that's about as long as the Lord of the Rings, justifying all of the reasons why love isn't fair, love doesn't work out. And if you look around your life, it's showing up in other areas. People aren't showing up for you in friendships. You're the one in the office that people pick on, or you're the one that has to work your ass off to try and prove yourself. But no one's doing this to you. All right? We've all had things happen to us in our life. If I didn't get my shit together to get out of my bullshit story that I wasn't good at love, that I had deep abandonment issues, major fear of loss issues, that men were just going to leave because my father died at 8, I was so entrenched in my story. I was so connected with my wounds. I was living from that place. I was operating out of that not enoughness. And that is how you're getting attention right now. You're literally getting attention. You're getting people to actually either feel sorry for you, or you're attracting in support from a very fractured place, which creates enabling, which creates codependent relationships. It creates toxic dynamics. And you're the one, my darling, that I want you to realize you get to sever this right now if you want more in your life. But if you're going to keep playing the victim, you're going to keep attracting in really low frequency, low vibe relationships that are based on fear, lack of trust, overcompensating, trying too hard, trying to fucking be all these things to get the guy to like you. And guess what? Every time you betray yourself and try and be something that you're not, men will leave you, because men aren't the baddies here. They want an authentic woman just as much as an authentic man. Every one of us has a wound. But instead of walking around with this gaping wound, it's about you doing the work to heal this wound so that you're left with a beautiful scar. Because the things that have happened to us, as uncomfortable as they are, they're part of the reason that you end up to go on to be fucking extraordinary. Now, that's a choice whether you want to do that or not. Some people will just keep feeding the wound and they'll get really, really sick because the wound will win. Because you start poor connection. Anyway, so you have to want more from your life than this scarcity consciousness, this poverty consciousness. Some people will come in and say, well, how do I know that soul to soul is even going to work for me? You know, nothing's worked for me. I was like, if you have an attitude that nothing works for you, you will continue to be proven right. My women want their dream more than their fear. They want their victory more than sitting around and not getting what they want. And it's an attitude. I've had women that have been through, seriously, they've been to hell and back. They've experienced abuse on all levels. And I am inspired beyond to see them come in to fight for their life, for their dream, for their greatness, to say, these things might have happened to me, but that is not who I am. Who I am is fucking supreme. Who I am is extraordinary. Who I am is magnificent. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that defines who you are. And you're either being lazy and just looking at the past, blaming your past, blaming your family, blaming people that have legitimately hurt you and done wrong to you, which I understand so much that you would want to be blaming them. However, there is no power in blame. You've got to look at Nelson Mandela as someone that said, holy fuck, you can put me behind four walls, but no one can affect the way that I operate, which is connecting with my imagination, which is connecting with possibilities, connecting with hope and faith. All right. So now more than ever during this epidemic, you have a choice whether or not you want to rise into the woman that you were born to be, or whether you want to keep babysitting and nursing these wounds and making them define who you are, because it's nonsense. They are not who you are. Let me remind you, you came into this world whole, and then experiences happened. Some of them have been detrimental, but it truly, every single one of us has the capability, when you get the right support, to rise beyond that like a phoenix from the ashes. So, what are the wounds that you personally are hiding behind right now that you're using as a reason to not show up for yourself, that you're talking yourself out of love because of these wounds? You've got to get clear on what these wounds are, and then you can do the work to actually transmute the fuck out of them. Now, I'm helping women just like you every single day to come home to the brilliance of who they are. When you feel supported, truly supported, with people that see you, that people that want to hear from you, people that want to see and experience your vulnerability, there is nothing that you can't do. What's it going to take? It's going to take a decision for you to say, I want more than living out of this fractured lens. I want more than this suffering fucking paradigm. I want more in my life than sitting here accepting and tolerating that I'm lonely and not enough. You got to want more than that. And let this be the message from the universe to say that you matter. Your dreams matter. You deserve to have a soulmate relationship. There is nothing wrong with you, never has been. But your mindset right now is definitely not where it needs to be. You need to do the work to get into alignment with the big version of yourself so that you can attract in your equal, with a man that's going to love you, support you, celebrate you, treasure you, make amazing love to you, have orgasms with you, and also be in the hard times with you, who's going to hold your hand and be there when the shit hits the fan. Because love is not one-dimensional. Love isn't about, hey, let's have flowers sent to us on Valentine's Day and show everyone that we're in love. Love has many colors and many rhythms and many seasons. But it's about you learning how to love yourself first at a very deep level and accepting yourself on every level. Because until you do, you cannot possibly attract in that high caliber of relationship. And you want to know what your wounds are. You want to know what your blind spots are, so then you can actually go and do the work to transmute them. All right? Because you're the creator of your life. So if you're ready to step up and not to put anything in your way, and you're ready to deal with those parts of yourself that you've been carrying an enormous amount of shame around, these wounds have been owning you and keeping you really small, I say to you, why not you and why not now? It's going to take action and commitment and getting the right support. I didn't change my life on my own. I changed my life by having the right support team holding the space for me so I could actually start to see who I really was, what I was made of. And I started to get, oh my God, I am not my wounds. I am not my past. I am not my fear of loss and my abandonment. Oh my God. Actually, my big light is really needed. And your big light is really needed. Your beauty is needed. Your voice is needed. The way that you love is needed. And if you're putting your dreams on hold because of your wounds, then get those dreams fucking out off the back burner and start showing up for yourself. Because if you don't fight for your dream, no one else is going to fight for it. I don't change people's lives. I hold space for people to change their lives. I have a proven process. But if you are committed and ready to honor yourself and to invest in yourself, whatever time, whatever the investment is, if you're ready to go, I'll do whatever it takes, then sister, we need to chat. You need to chat with my team so we can actually support you, so you're not being a slave to the fucking stories that are eating you alive. to the experiences and the incidents that are eating you alive. All right? I'm sending you so many blessings. I want you to know that you're in this group for a reason. But I'm not here to sprinkle like fairy dust and unicorn, fucking magic to say, hey, it's just like easy. Let's just talk about affirmations. Let's just talk about doing yoga every day. No, it's going to take a lot more than that. Transformation is actually really messy. It's gritty, it's raw and powerful. And it's going to take all the courage that you have access to. But if I can do it, and all these women that are, as you can see, in my group have done testimonial after testimonial, if they can do it, then you can do it. But you can't be wanting to be safe, because if you're clinging to safety, you're never going to get out of your comfort zone, and big soulmate love does not happen inside your comfort zone. All right? Mwah. Big, big love.